levels right. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. I know I'm not. But I'm still here with you guys. Shout out to the 3 watchers and dropping. We might keep it short and sweet tonight. Depends what kind of turnout we have. But yeah, if you guys could come over to the Twitter, retweet the stream, try to get some more Hashheads in here. Welcome to episode number 79 of Tree City Live. My name's Tree City Wes. Got some things to talk about today. But as always, we'll start out looking at the crypto bubbles. Do some price analysis on the market, see what's happening, what's popping off. Maybe if I can pull my chair forward. And look at that, we had quite a green day. Everything's up quite a lot. We got a lot of altcoins pumping. Maybe we'll take a look at this one. I keep seeing this name everywhere, Kujira. Let me add this to the notes. We might take a look at this one during the member stream on Saturday. Check out Kujira. What are you? Big pump from Kujira, up 20%. Render, up 26%. Tau, up 21%. Crow, up 17%. Man, everything's almost everything's up at least 5%. Many things are up in double digits. Solana up 13. Caspa's just been going nonstop, up 30% right now. And it has just been a wild day. Zoom into the hour. Things are starting to pull back a little bit. You see some green, some red out there, but man, some of these on the week got to be going nuts. Celestia up 150%. FTT token up 160%. Rune, Thorchain up 80%. Crow token up 25%. Things are pumping right now, and it's a beautiful sight to see. Let's go check out the Bitcoin chart over on TradingView. We had a nice pump out of Bitcoin this afternoon. That was exciting to see. Let's go and switch over to the small cam here for you. So look at that. What a strange looking Bitcoin. We're here on the daily chart, and we basically dropped down over the last 4 days and just erased all those losses out of nowhere. We're back. We went inside the pattern, and then we flew out the top of the pattern. Holy shit, Bitcoin is going $37,900 right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're up over 38,000 by the end of the stream. We'll have to come back and check that out. But we're seeing a lot of green. Let's zoom into the 4 hour here, and really, ever since about 11 o'clock midnight last night, things really started, and we kind of had this is almost like an Adam and Eve type pattern. We have this nice curve, and then boom, it just exploded. It fell out of our pattern. I was hoping it would stay in this pattern. Came all the way down, bounced off our golden pocket, and flew right through the pattern. So let's zoom in on the 15-minute. Let's see if we see anything here. And it's just steady marching up. I mean, it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. You can see even when it was moving up, the RSI was resetting and moving down, that's very bullish. We got some bullish divergence on the stochastic RSI. That's exciting. So there's just a lot happening with Bitcoin, and things are moving in the positive direction. So that's really good to see. Let's see what else we got going on here. See, Zen's up 8% right now. It's good to see. Let's go and flip over to Dex Screener, see what's happening around the local ecosystem. I think there's a Zen space or something happening right now. Let's take a look. Shout out to Tad Ape. Pure Zen, no mine. Pure Zen, no shit. Miners and miners. Let's go listen in. See what they're talking about over here. So I'm actually streaming this on Twitter. So if I join this space, I'll be streaming a space in a different space on X. That's crazy. I think that was Tad Ape. Yeah. let's go see what's popping off in the Twitter space.
Continues this process, hoping to reduce dissonance.
Yo, I saw there's a new token that just came out called, I don't know if it's a scam or what.
Oh, you know what?
On Pulse Chain?
GD token.
จุดไหนที่มัน
Called
ไอ้ล็อก
GD Zen token.
It's on what?
What's up, Troy? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to the 6 watchers.
It's on Ethereum. It's called GD Zen.
ตามหลักก็
Like, fucking...
I think, I don't know if you're breaking up or it's me, but I think it's you.
So we'll head out of there. They're just kind of figuring out some technical issues. Shout out to those guys. Very cool dudes. Shout out Tech Ken. Shout out Tad Ape. They're usually in here. They need to come hang out in my stream for an hour. But let's go take a look at the Zen ecosystem, see what we got. And Zen is pumping right now, up 11%. What's up, Rolando? Welcome, welcome. So cool to see the Hashheads in the chat. But yesterday we were talking about Zen. It came down and it was skipping along the bottom of the pattern here. And it was really nice to see. It moved back up. It's moving back to the top of the pattern. That's very bullish to see. We might be able to redraw this a little bit. Maybe call this a little breakout. Maybe something like that. Or maybe even go drastic with it. As you see, we had the resistance here. Then it broke out. Support. Fell through. So now it's breaking out again. Or we can just move this all the way up here. Is Zen flagging out on a high tie frame? That's crazy. Let's take a look. Look at that. That's crazy. So we're seeing some bullishness from Zen kind of stepping up here. It's really got to get back above this golden pocket. So we'll be watching that on the Zen chart here. But we already got above this golden pocket. Now we got to get above, what is this, 6072? That'd be nice to see. But it's looking like a solid chart. Definitely looking bullish. It's crazy to think just a couple weeks ago we were sitting down here at 602. Now we're at 606, 3x from where we were. It's awesome to see. Optimism Zen pulling back a little bit at 706. Pulse Chain Zen up 8039, up 10%. And look at that, it came right back down to our support again, bounced right off it. We drew these two lines last night. I'm like, it's either going to fall through the support and fall hard, or it's going to bounce and continue to go. Looks like we're bouncing and continuing to go here, so that's exciting to see. Looking a little bullish on Pulse Chain Zen too. Just kind of stair-stepping up this support. Just got out of work. Fucking Zensu. Stream made me realize, protect your Zen at all cost. Even stay a little late at work. I feel that for sure. That was a great stream. You stayed late at work watching it? That's awesome. Hey, shout out to the Zen crypto store. I got this hat in the mail today. This is pretty cool. So shout out to those guys. And I actually bought this one. They sent me a bunch of free merch, so I got to get them back and buy a little bit, you know, support their store. Shout out to those guys. Very cool dudes. See, DB Zen's up a little bit, and I did grab some of this yesterday, so I'm happy to see this. Came all the way down to 95. We had a wick down to 91 cents, and then it bounced right back up. It's currently sitting at $1.10. Looks like it is hitting some resistance at the golden pocket we drew here. Kind of went above it and fell back through it. Can reject it a little bit, but we'll continue to watch that. But DB Zen and Zen, I say it every stream, prices don't matter. You know, all that matters with DB Zen are people burning their Zen and giving you protocol fees, and you're earning rewards. And with Zen, just continue to mint. The supply is going to continue to increase until it doesn't anymore. So eventually I picture a beautiful pivot point where the supply stops growing and then the price inflects because of supply and demand. Supply and demand kicks in and it just makes this beautiful bottom, and it's going to be a nice, and that's just the supply and demand. Once that kicks in, that's going to be so cool to see. See, ADB Zen down 15% on the day, sitting at, and this looks like it's not actually down 15%, just had a big wick up and then came back down a little bit. Currently sitting at 4.7 cents. We got DB Zen over in Binance up 10%. sitting at 2 cents. DBZen on Polygon at 4 cents. So all the DBZens are seeing a nice little pump. I wonder if there's any news or just some natural market movements. We got Phantom DBZen up 15%, still under a penny. Boom, it's TCW. Welcome, Tazenian. Glad you made it, buddy. So what else we got going on here? See, PLS is up quite a bit, up 8% on the day, and that's kind of looking like it's got a bottom now, kind of stair-stepping up. That's good to see as well. Pulse Chain DBZen sitting strong at 52 cents. Bought a bunch of this yesterday and staked that as well, just from rewards from other coins, just kind of compounding. Can't really add money to the market right now, so I'm just kind of doing what I can with what I got. We'll put it that way. See Titan X down 2.7% at 503. Kind of had that breakout. Was it fabricated, manipulated? We'll never know. Excuse me. Kind of looks like it's making a little bull flag here, though. So we'll kind of watch this pattern, see what happens here. Is it going to break to the upside, or is it going to be some sell pressure from people getting their miners redeeming their tokens? We'll see. See DDZen, still no liquidity, $80 liquidity on Pulse Chain. That's rough to see, unfortunately. What's up, Craig Crypto? Welcome. I'm getting lots of timeouts on ZenBlocks. Any news? You're looking stylish today. Yeah, this is the new hat from the Zen Crypto store. Definitely go check them out. So they sent me that box, and I was just saying I got to support them back, so I went and ordered a couple things myself. I got the hat, and yeah, I like it. It's comfy. It's the stretch fit. Look like I'm going to the beach or something crazy. I'm in all black though, so it's weird. So overall, we got a nice pumpy day on the market. Lots of green candles over on TradingView, over on Crypto Bubbles, over on Dex Screener. So that's good to see. Happy days. Taking a look at the news around the market, a lot of people are talking about this Cathie Wood interview this morning, so I wanted to talk to you guys about that, talk about who Cathie Wood is, what is ARK Invest, and we'll just kind of take some time to cover her. We'll talk about that type of knowledge. You know, I like to learn about these different characters in the crypto markets. You know, sometimes we're talking about the congressman being like Mike Flood, and you know, there's the GOP whip, what's his, Tom Emmer. You know, he's an awesome guy. There's the guy from Ohio. So we're covering those Congress people. We're also covering people like the anti-crypto people like Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren, and you know, the people that are really fighting against crypto and are for the banks. But Cathie Wood is kind of in a different realm. She's not really a politician. She's more of an investor. So this morning she was on CNBC, and they were kind of talking about Solana. They were talking about Bitcoin. They were talking about the ETFs. So this is part of our ETF Watch segment that we've been having over the last couple weeks. And let's see what Cathie Wood has to say. If I could find the mute button on this music here. There we go.
A showstopper, at least from Gary Gensler's point of view, is he thinks Bitcoin can be manipulated. And, you know, this is a decentralized, transparent network. You can follow all the activity online. It's highly unlikely.
It had to be that.
So that's cool to see. Like, she understands that that's valuable. That's a valuable thing. And she's telling people, hey, you can track transactions with crypto. It's not like cash. It's not dirty cash. That's, you know, no one knows where it's going or what it's doing. It's one of the good things about crypto, and she doesn't understand why Gary Gensler's not approving this ETF, because it's more trackable and it's less prone to manipulation because you can see exactly what wallets are doing what.
Bitcoin can be manipulated. And, you know, this is a decentralized, transparent network. You can follow all the activity online. It's highly unlikely.
It had to be that because he understands, Kathy. He's got enough not many people do. A lot of people don't have enough knowledge about how it works to make an informed decision about Bitcoin. He taught at MIT so he understands that it's not a Ponzi scheme or a Beanie Baby. So there has to be something else.
Well, I don't know what it is. I have wondered. There's speculation that he's interested in the Treasury Secretary position at some point. What does the Treasury Secretary?
Protecting fiat from the government?
I mean, very focused on. I don't know. I don't understand it myself because he definitely understands.
He understands. So there's something else.
So she doesn't get it. Why aren't they approving the BTC ETF? Like, what? Why is this not happening? And she puts it perfectly. Gary Gensler taught crypto and blockchain and taught about Bitcoin at MIT. He knows the merits and knows the value of crypto and Bitcoin. But she's kind of making an inference here that maybe Gary is looking for a higher office. Maybe he does want to be in Janet Yellen's position and take over the Treasury Secretary of the United States and control the monetary system, and work with the Fed, kind of like Janet Yellen's doing right now.
Baby. So there has to be.
And that's also crazy to me too, as well, to see CNBC and these mainstream news media say like, hey, yeah, it's not a Beanie Baby and it's not a Ponzi scheme. What is wrong with you, Gary? So it's good to see these news outlets, these mainstream news outlets, holding Gary Gensler accountable. As shitty as these people are and as horrible, this is basically a VC investor talking to the talking heads on, huge mainstream news, all the people that we hate. But they're not lying about Bitcoin, so it's awesome.
An informed decision about Bitcoin. He taught at MIT so he understands that it's not a Ponzi scheme or a Beanie Baby. So there has to be something else.
Well, I don't know what it is.
There has to be something else.
Wondered. There's speculation that he's interested in the Treasury Secretary position at some point. What does the Treasury Secretary do?
Protecting fiat from the government? I mean,
So that was big news today. Cathie Wood kind of and CNBC anchors throwing Gary Gensler under the bus. Why isn't he approving it? There's no logical reason why he's not approving the Bitcoin ETF. Doesn't make any sense at all. So he's getting called out on it. And then later in this interview, this was super interesting too. This one was actually posted by CNBC themselves. Cathie Wood talking about Solana of all things. So Solana seems to be a hot topic in the stream over the last couple days. But so here's Cathie Wood, an ARK Invest CEO, talking with Squawkbox about Solana.
Is there an application for blockchain that involves something that Bitcoin does not lead the world with? Is there something else that you'd put in here?
Sure. The reason we have focused as much on Ether, Ethereum as we have is we think, that is the smart contract network. That is the decentralized finance network.
So Bitcoin and Ether, anything beyond that?
Well, there are infrastructure players. Solana is doing a really good job. I mean, if you look at Ether was faster and cheaper than Bitcoin in the day. That's how we got Ether. Solana is even faster and cost-effective than Ether. So
wait till they hear about ZenBlocks.
Infrastructure plays. We do believe Web3, digital assets. That's a big idea, actually. Digital assets with property rights. First time ever online that we're seeing property rights.
He's on fire!
She's on fire. Yeah, so she's getting it. She gets the crypto thing. She's talking about digital assets and tokenization and how Bitcoin was to Ether and Solana is to Ether as Ether was to Bitcoin, and Solana is the next wave and the fast blockchains. And it's just amazing to see that this is on CNBC. This isn't on like Cointelegraph or Yahoo Finance. This is on Squawkbox, which is one of the most watched finance television shows in the United States. It's just amazing to me. So who is Cathie Wood? Everybody talks about Cathie Wood. They talk about ARK Invest. Cathie Wood made her name investing in stocks. So she's not really a technical innovator. She's not like some company head. She created her ARK Invest by being a star stock picker and the founder of the $60 billion assets of ARK Invest. So she started her investment firm, and they've been known to be one of the best. Her flagship ARK Innovation Fund has returned an average of nearly 45% annually over the last 5 years. She studied economics. She's one of the biggest boosters of Tesla. She's all about Bitcoin and Tesla and the technology innovation companies. She's one of the power women of 2021, 50 over 50. She's worth billions of dollars, and she's all about crypto. And that's what her company does. They create these investment packages called ETFs. There's different ARK ETFs, and one of the ETFs that we're watching on the ETF Watch is the ARK Invest ETF from Cathie Wood. So the fact that CNBC has her on their television show talking about crypto, talking about Bitcoin, what's wrong with Gary Gensler? Man, Solana's so fast. You know, that's amazing to me. That's crypto creeping into the mainstream, and it's amazing to see. So hope you took a little something away about that's interesting that their website's not working. There we go. So I hope you took something away from ARK Invest, from Cathie Wood. She's a big player in crypto, and it's also kind of like a love-hate thing, because we always talk about, you know, big money coming into crypto and these investment firms and these ETFs. But what's going to happen once they get here? These are going to be the people that we hate. These are going to be the VCs that we hate, the people that manipulate the price and take all the profits because they bought all the coins and they control all the markets. And, you know, they're going to be the custodians and all this scary shit. So as much as we love the Cathie Woods and the Michael Saylors, what's going to happen when those ETFs do get approved? Only time will tell. She's old as fuck. Soccer dad tokens. That's funny. Shout out to Dank. So what else we got going on today? I thought this was pretty funny. A funny meme from Owl, one of the staples in the Zen community over on Twitter. X1 world right now, Jack and OKX. I thought that was a pretty funny meme today. Also, another cool dude in the Zen community is a Zen Artist, and I saw he posted this earlier today. I didn't know this existed, so I'm going to throw this in the chat here. This is actually his GitHub, and he basically has a list of links to everything Zen in the Zen ecosystem. So shout out to Zen Artist. He was one of the early ones mining XenBlocks. I remember seeing his name on the leaderboard, and I was like, damn, he didn't use an ENS name. So I thought that was kind of funny. But he basically has a list of Zen sites. He's got all the Fair Crypto, the Zen Network, the official sites. He's got the official Twitter accounts. He's got the YouTube channels. He's got the Telegram groups. I told him to add Hashhead to the list of tools. We'll see if that happens. That's pretty cool. That'd be awesome if he does. But he has all the list of the community projects. We have the Zentoshi blocks, Phoenix, GD Zen, TG Zen, Zen Doge, all these different things. Zenergy, Zenlon Mars, Zen Pepe, Zen Prana, Zen Vault, all these different things. So that's pretty exciting. So wanted to shout out Zen Artist. Awesome dude. Great resource for everything Zen. And also today we had a Zensu sighting. He had an awesome live stream. If you guys are into XenBlocks, you're mining XenBlocks, I definitely recommend come checking out this 3-hour stream from Zensu. He talks all about P2P, talks about everything XenBlocks, all the different resources, all the different types of blockchains. I thought this part was super interesting. He's talking about the monolithic, the polylithic, the semi-modular, and the modular blockchains. If you're a Hashhead member, last weekend we talked about how Celestia was a modular blockchain, and it's actually the Celestia icon's right there, so that's kind of cool to see. It's actually on this list in Zensu's in his presentation. And I thought that was really cool. That had me hyped up about Celestia in the members only video we did last week. So if you can watch that video, it's you can become a Tree City supporter for 99 cents, or you can become a Hashhead for $4.99. The Hashheads also get the Zen.game alerts. Shit, speaking of which, I just remembered I got the Zen.game alerts right before the stream started. Forgot to check. Super Blah. Did he win again? Did this end? What's happening here? Did he win again? The clock says 0. What's the backup site say? I should check my, we can check the, the current round is not active. Oh, holy shit. So the game just ended. What the hell, guys? The game ended on the 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night. I'm mad at Jack and the random Asian guy. I'm starting to nerd out on it. I've been sucked in. I missed out on mining a Bitcoin. That's funny. You're mad at that. I think it's all a conspiracy. Jack actually doesn't want to name the chain X1, so he needed a reason to change the name. So he called up his buddies over at OKX and he said, hey, you guys name your sidechain X1, and then we're going to call our chain Zenium instead of X1. But since he had OKX take the name, nobody's mad at him for changing the name. Everybody's mad at OKX. It's just the master of deflection. All right, let me remove my tinfoil hat now. I'm just being sarcastic, by the way. I don't think that actually happened. But man, that's crazy. Zen.game already ended. Why don't we burn some Zen? Because gas is too high. 29. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even participate in this one. Man. Wild times. Wild, wild times. Also, another cool dude in the Zen community is Kristoff Kristofer, Coin Sightseeing on Twitter. He makes these awesome write-ups, and here's the Zenium block graph, kind of a breakdown of the top 100 holders. That's really cool. The coin's yet to be minted, so there's still 60% of the supply out there. He has some awesome charts and graphs. I saw Crypto Bruh talking about this one earlier today. This is his own interpretation of the ecosystem, and it basically talks about how everything X1/Zenium is in the middle. So what is the name gonna be now? Are we just gonna keep X1? It's kind of funny. The dear leader has all the wisdom. Hey. Got another news story for you today. I thought this was super interesting. So this is more so the real world application of crypto and what it's going to look like for actual institutions. So I think there's this like idea that all these institutions are going to come in and buy all the Bitcoin and Ethereum and release these smart contracts to run their banks and start their own DeFi and stuff. I don't think it's going to be like that. It's going to be more like this. What JP Morgan, Apollo, and Axelar and Oasis are doing with this blockchain called Providence. So JP Morgan's Onyx Digital Assets. So this company is owned by JP Morgan Bank, one of the bigger banks. They collaborated with Axelar, who's basically almost like a layer 0. It's like an interoperable blockchain that you can move, switch between chains and stuff. So Onyx collaborated with Axelar, an infrastructure provider, Oasis Pro, and Providence blockchain to manage large-scale client portfolios, execute trades, and enable automated portfolio management of tokenized assets. So that's interesting. They're kind of doing this. They created this test product that allows JP Morgan to tokenize assets on a private blockchain, and they're doing it with this proof of concept software, and it's crazy. So after this article was published, press statements revealed other participants, including Layer 0, Avalabs, who's Avalanche, Biconomy, Wisdom Tree, Oasis Pro. But it's not as sexy and flashy as we all thought. Like the real world blockchain application, JP Morgan, instead of using something like Avalanche or Ethereum or Bitcoin ordinals or whatever, they just spin up their own private blockchain. So Onyx used Axelar to enable interoperability with the private blockchain Providence blockchain zone used for the project. So they spun up this blockchain called Provenance Blockchain Zone that interacted with real world assets that were tokenized by JP Morgan. Then Oasis Pro, a fintech infrastructure, provided the real world assets, implemented the tokenization of the assets on the Provenance blockchain. So Oasis came in, they basically backed them 1-to-1. You know, they say, hey, here's a token for every token. You know, there's a real life asset, and then they trade them on this platform that's on JP Morgan, basically. So it's not as flashy, it's not as sexy, but the blockchain technology is making it into these real world banks, and it's kind of interesting. It's not like I pictured it. It's definitely not like I pictured it. Provenance blockchain supported 16 billion in transactions and currently has 9 billion in real world assets on chain. So JP Morgan has a private blockchain with 9 billion in real world assets on it, and these traders are just sending it back and forth, testing out as a proof of concept software. Like, they're not just using Uniswap with smart contracts on Ethereum. They're creating their own private blockchain and then setting it up to be interoperable with other blockchains. That's amazing to me. It's not like I pictured, but it's still pretty cool. But it's also not kind of cool because they're going to have you buy JP Morgan coin. They're not going to have you buy, you know, Ethereum and spin up a smart contract. And then earlier today, some more crypto news. Even though crypto's pumping, we got some more bad news today. The SEC deferred decision on another spot Bitcoin ETF and the Grayscale futures. So SEC just keeps pushing the buck down the line, is what it is. We're all used to it by now. They posted about it almost a year ago in November. They have their own wallet. Yeah, for sure. JP Morgan chain. I know Kadena JP Morgan did have their own blockchain division, and those guys defected and made their own, which is Kadena, KDA. But so kind of a dose of real world crypto today. We're talking about Cathie Wood and ARK Invest, and we're doing the Bitcoin ETF Watch, and then we're also talking about JP Morgan tokenizing assets on their private blockchain. Cathie Wood mentioning Solana by name on national television. That's so cool. That is amazing. That lizard guy. Yeah, I feel that. Who is that? I know who you're thinking of. I can't think of it. So if you are into ordinals, I saw bitmaps were pumping like crazy today. The floor price on bitmaps reached like $80, which is insane. Yeah, number one on Magic Eden right now. 0.0019. It's almost 0.002. How much is 0.002 Bitcoin? $75. So we're creeping up on $75 floor for bitmaps. That's crazy to me. I had a bunch listed that I didn't mean to sell, but I had them listed and I forgot about them, and then, you know, they sold like 7-8 days ago. So that was kind of disappointing. I sold them for like $30, and now the floor price is 80. But I have a bunch still. So each one of these is worth $80. That's pretty cool. A couple $100 worth of bitmaps. Mine are cool too. I don't want to like let them go. I have ones with like messages from the mines and stuff, and I wonder if I have that document on this computer. Let me see. No, I don't. I'll have to grab it. But I basically have a document of every bitmap. Let me see. I might have it in my... Let's take a look here. I basically went through and did research on every bitmap, and I have reasons for every bitmap I own, whether it's 69 transactions, or whether it's a certain date, or it has a certain look. Like, these are bitmap punks. So did this get labeled as a punk, I wonder? Like, how do I get this marked as a punk? Because it's obviously... It's cool they added the attributes, though. It's like sub... That's interesting. Cool stuff. Can someone please give me some info on why I can't mint my NFTs? What chain are you talking? You're talking Ethereum? I haven't had any issues with NFTs. We were claiming them on the show last night, but first step I would say is double check your RPC. If you come over to this website called chainlist.org, sometimes certain RPCs can go bad. So like you see these down arrows on each of these networks. So if I click on the down arrow for Ethereum, it has all these different RPC server addresses. And you'll notice that some of them are bad. They have red X's. Some of them are yellow, which means they're slow. Some of them have the privacy, which means you can be front run by mev bots and stuff. But the ones with 2 green checks, you can hit the add to MetaMask button and it'll add that RPC to your MetaMask. And it's basically picking a different server to interact with. So if the server you're interacting with is bad, your transactions won't go through, but you can switch over to a different RPC, and they have different RPCs for every network. So if you're having trouble with like a Pulse chain or something, they even have a bunch for Pulse chain. You know, they got like 6 different RPCs to try for Pulse chain. That's kind of cool. Or if you're using something like Moonbeam, yeah, they got a bunch of different Moonbeam networks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's chainlist.org. Try a different RPC server. She's known for Tesla. Yeah. What's up, Lou? I have to check my bitmaps I inscribed. Wifey fried my motherboard, but my hard drive's okay. Oh shit. If you need any help with that, let me know. That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. Hell yeah. Sats is pumped. Yeah, Sats is another one. I wonder if there's a chart for Sats. I imagine there is by now. I had to do that on a few weeks ago on Pulse to end a batchment. Yeah, the RPCs go bad, and you know when you're using an RPC, it's basically just someone's node, and you know people turn their nodes off. They retract them, they'll switch addresses. You know they'll change a DNS address or something. So when that happens, you just lose connection. Then it looks like all your transactions are failing, but really it's just that node doesn't exist anymore. That's funny. They got Sats and Poloniex and KuCoin and wow, look at that. That's crazy. Sats is pumping. Can I see that on Magic Eden? I wonder what my bag's worth. Let's take a look. I don't know if they do BRC20s on Magic Eden or if it's just NFTs. Did I watch all that on Nick? I did. Oh, for sure. For sure. Might be dating myself there, but yeah, I did watch all that. That's a good one. You can go back even further. What was it? The Roundhouse? That was another one. They had the dancers and all that. That shit was crazy. But yeah, all that was like the original. That was when sketch TV was everywhere. Watch stuff like Whose Line Is It Anyway, and like even things like Tom Green. Like Tom Green Show is my favorite. All the sketch comedy and stuff, that shit's so funny. Dave Chappelle, that shit's so good, so good. All that, obviously, all that and stuff was for kids, but same type of comedy sketches. What's up, Crypto Burger? BTC ETF. Pete and Pete, yeah, that was another one for sure. The strongest man in the world. What was that guy's name? Arnie? That shit's so funny. So I believe Magic Eden is just... It's funny, you can see if you have rare sats. I have no rare sats. But I do have these sats. Come make me some offers on my bitmaps. Another one is Ordinal's wallet. All right, so yeah, let's take a look. I'll show off my my bags of BRC20s. So this says I got $35 worth of sats, but I know that's way more than 35 bucks. I got $500 worth of VMPX, but I know that's way less than $500. $100 worth of Buffy, $6 worth of Ordy. So we got a couple. I don't know if I trust these prices. This might be like the their marketplace prices, floor prices and stuff. My bum is on the gum. My bum is on the Swedish. That's just so funny. It reminds me of being a kid. All right. Well, that was really all I had. Let's go check out the altcoins in the Zen ecosystem. How's PTGC doing? Up 11% on the day. Yeah, I saw he was on Corey Costa last night. That's cool. So yeah, it's still kind of pumping up. Cooled off a little bit. Kind of zoom in here. But hopefully it's just making another flag here. Yeah, something like that. Nice little pump up. That would be cool. Don't sleep on UPX. What's UPX? I'm not sure. Let's check it out. UpX. Actually, I have heard of this. Holy shit. That's moving. Went from 403 to 302. Lost a zero there. That's crazy. I think I've heard of this. I'm not sure what they do. I don't think it's the ultimate packager for executables. The official up token. Nice. What in the bitmap? $100 coming? That'd be cool. Live from Bitmap Valley. Shout out to 8-Bit. Mooning. This is just the beginning. Liquid Loans isn't even out. Oh, so this is part of Liquid Loans. That's cool. Flip over and just see some... Never mind. Hell yeah. Hey, look at AGIX breaking out. We're getting a bit of a breakout right now. There's a lot of green. Celestia back over $6. Filecoin over $5. AGIX over a quarter. Phantoms up to 33 cents. That's good. Good, good, good. Beautiful. Feeling bullish. So one last thing. Let's go check on the miner, see how the miner's doing. So I've been running those two 4070s forever now. I probably got close to like 120 hours running straight. Have not restarted yet. It's probably not healthy, to be honest. I mean, for the machines. But let's go ahead and connect here. I know I connected recently. Maybe not. Be careful with liquid loans. What's up, sir? Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it, buddy. Just checking out some things. All right, so I wanted to connect to my instance, see what kind of return we've been getting. So we'll do the SSH, then I do the -I, my key. Yes. Blow this up for you guys. All right. Now that I'm connected, we'll do the tmux attach. And here we go. I'll zoom out a little bit so it stops. Well, that's kind of weird. Why is it? Okay, there we go. All right, so we've been running this thing for 130 hours straight. It's 240.70s, 17 cents an hour. We've got 145 blocks and 258 Zunies, 0 super blocks, unfortunately. You can see all the hashes here. That's exciting to see. So yeah, it looks like it's doing its thing. Difficulty is currently at 87,400. Getting just under 4,000 hashes a second for 17 cents. I'll take it. Took a page from Cray's book and showed up fashionably late. Hey, better late than never, my friend. So this is what I like to do during the week. You know, this is very cheap machines. I'm running it on my local machines as well. So I have my 1080 here and then my RTX Radeon card downstairs. So those are mining as well. But I'll just let this run until next weekend. Next weekend, if I'm feeling like it, if I have some extra funds, maybe I'll do like $50, do 8 cards over like 3 days, get a bunch of coins. But during the week, I take it slow. Just mine on my own cards. And as always, you can come over to hashhead.io. You pop your address in, and you can see your mining statistics. You can see how much Zenium you have. So you can see I'm up to 116,050 Zenium. That's 11,000 blocks, 11,600. Last night we had 5,555 Zunies. I thought that was kind of cool. Today we're at 5,598. Still stuck at 20 super blocks. So at the top here, I also have click here to visit the XenBlocks Explorer dashboard. This is kind of a little dashboard I was playing with. You can pop your wallet address here, get some statistics about your account. So I'll go ahead and pop my wallet address in. It is a little slow. I'm running it on a Contabo VPS, so it's nothing crazy, but it takes a second to fill out. But you basically just pop your address in. Man, this is going slower than expected. So yeah, what I like to do during the show is compare my MetaMask just to make sure the statistics are accurate, kind of do a little data check on the stream. So this says, yeah, match right up. So I got 11,605 total blocks, which equals 116,050 Zenium. You can let it load up the tokens here. This has been saying I have 0 super blocks, but I'm wondering if the contract address changed or something's happening there. But the database does say I have 20 super blocks, and then we got our 5,598 Zunies. You just got your 8th super block. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. From what I heard from Bruh, super blocks are easier to find with more powerful GPUs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's easier because you need more power, but that's kind of how it works, definitely. We must both be done because it's clunky for me. Okay, I did do that. 2.5 was my highest. So you can see over the weekend, this was when I invested in those 8 3080 Ti's for a couple days. Gave me like 500 blocks over 2 days. That was nice. But now we're back to our regular 30 blocks a day. Down a little bit today, but we still got a couple hours, so. So on the Explorer.Hashhead, you can see charts of your cumulative blocks over time. You can see your last 10 blocks. So like if I come down here, if I grab this super block, I also have a block search. So you can search for different types of block to get the hashes. So if you're wondering about a specific block, you just click on the block search, put in the block number, you got to remove the comma, and then this should say it's a super block. Yeah, there we go. So it has the key, the hash, confirmed it's a super block. It was in my list of last 10 super blocks, so it better be a super block. So that's good to see there. We also have the network stats. I like to check these out every day. I knew how to burn Zen for PTGC. It was easy. Got 100K hashes a second. Damn. So you might be on this list then. That's crazy. I've never had more than 20K. But we're up to 5.7 million regular blocks, 7.2 million Zunis, and 7,380 super blocks. I did some math earlier today, and if the market cap of super blocks was $1 million today, the price of a super block would be about $140. So that's kind of some moon math, kind of some hopium. And if the market cap of super blocks only reaches 1 million with a supply of 7,000, then you're looking at a $150 super block, basically. $140 super block. If it's 10 million, then you're looking at $1,000 super block, $1,400 super block. That'd be crazy. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but that would be nice to see. Anything can happen in the bull run. I've seen crazier shit happen, especially with something like that's actually useful like this. That'd be great. Yeah, good lord, 100K hash a second. For real, that's a lot. Here you can see the daily miners. So these are not necessarily miners. These are accounts that find blocks. So we're still getting between. It looks like our lowest is other than this 524. Our lowest is 611. Our highest is 694. So we're kind of basically between 610 and 650, between 600 and 700 blocks miners a day, which is good. You can see our difficulty. Back when we had the CPU mining, difficulty was in the low thousands. Remember the one day Jack turned it up to like 6,000 and everyone freaked out. Little did we know, a couple weeks later we'd be looking at 100,000 difficulty with the GPU mining. And it hasn't really come down since. It's just been kind of after that initial pump, it's just kind of been creeping back up, adding more and more miners to the network. It's really exciting. So, no, you said you got 100K hashes a second. Are you one of these wallets? So we have one wallet that's getting 4 blocks a minute. That's almost twice as much as everybody else. So the next highest is only getting 2.6 blocks a minute. So someone's getting 4, someone's getting 2 blocks a minute, 2.69 blocks a minute, 2.6 and 2.4. So these are kind of the same. This one's an anomaly. How are they getting 5,000 blocks a day? That's crazy. 50,000 Zenium a day. Also, it's same metric, blocks per hour instead of minutes, so getting 240 blocks per hour. And that's the 06AAA wallet. You tried mining Cas? No, I haven't. I'm new to the mining thing. I've always been into DeFi. I'm into coding, and the Python stuff's fun. I've never been into mining. I really haven't. It hasn't been my thing. Encouraging everyone to burn more Zen for shitcoins. Yeah, you guys burn your Zen. I'm gonna keep mine. That's my strategy. This year was the year of burning Zen. Moving forward, I'm keeping mine. Nah, it's good to burn. I like to burn on the side chains. I burn all my side chains Zen for DB Zen. Get those rewards coming in. That's nice. All right. Well, on that note, you FOMO'd and bought some today? Hell yeah. That's good. I mean, that's exciting. I'm happy for you. What'd you buy? Was it Zen, DB Zen? You bought some Zen, maybe? Some Zen. Gotcha. That's always good. Always top off the stakes. So when your stake ends, go and top it up, add a little Zen to it, and then restake it. That's what my strategy is personally. But look at these candles in the green and the 4 hour Zen. That's beautiful. We came all the way down to about 5.5, 6 zeros 5.5. Currently sitting at 6.065. So nice little pump there. So shout out to the 20 watchers, 15 watchers. Glad you guys are here. I'll be honest, I'm pretty tired. It's been a long Wednesday at work. Kind of had a rough day, but still staying positive. Still working through it. But I am going to call it early. I will be back tomorrow. We'll have some more fun on stream. But we did have a fun night. We talked about the ETF Watch and Kathy Wood and how she doesn't understand what Gary's doing. Talked about some Zen updates with OKX. Talked about some different community members. Shout out to Zen Artist with his awesome Zen GitHub. I'm going to throw that link in the chat. Zen Artist basically put together all these different links of stuff in the Zen ecosystem. We also talked about Kristoff, and he has some awesome write-ups on his Twitter. So definitely go check out him. He's got some cool diagrams, just kind of visualizing and explaining the Zen ecosystem. Very cool dude. Very smart. Yeah. I showed a funny meme from Owl. That was pretty awesome. We talked about JP Morgan and how they're tokenizing assets on their private blockchain, some real world blockchain use. And we just looked at charts, talked about XenBlocks. So I appreciate you guys showing up, coming out and supporting the channel. If you do use the tools over on hashhead.io or explorer.hashhead.io, maybe buy me a coffee, support the channel. But if not, the tools will stay free. It's all for the community. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a good day. Have a good Thursday tomorrow. And we will be back around 7 or 8. If you guys need anything, you can find me on Telegram or Twitter. Feel free to reach out at Tree City Wes. Thank you for watching Tree City Live. My name is Wes. Hope you guys stay Zen. Peace.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up, Cleo!